How about that intro? Huge shout out to one of my very best friends at Dope Man Zach for making that intro happen. He slaved over that one, and shit makes me really happy. And that music is brought to brought to you by my other boy Sean, better known as DJ Sticky Fingers. Check him out on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. He's all there. All right, welcome. This is Samson the Jewbacca with Collabs checking in with another sneaker collections video. Before I pull that sneaker out, I want to talk about it a little bit. So, the Nike Air Foamposites, one of my favorite shoes of all time, and a shoe, just a model that is really, really, again, near dear to my heart. Before I even pull out that shoe and the specific model we're talking about, I'm going to give you all a little bit of history on the Foamposite. So it actually took 4 years to make that shoe. Eric Avar, who is also very famous for playing a huge part in making the Nike Kobe line back in the day, took him a very long time with the idea in mind that what if a mold literally just molded around your foot? That was the whole shoe. And that is where this design was inspired from. Eventually, a car company, Korean car company named Daewoo would have the material and the machine to make the mold. It took them, I believe it was $750,000 is what I see in my notes here, to buy the mold for that, which played a huge part in the retail price of that shoe being $200. Back in, I believe, 1997 when the shoe first released, that was a lot of money. I know it's kind of standard for a lot of shoes nowadays, but I believe with inflation, that would be about $320 or $340 to this day. So, the Nike Air Foam Penny Foamposite was originally meant for Penny Hardaway, who played for the Orlando Magic back in the day. This was going to be his third signature shoe. Although it was not originally meant for Penny Hardaway, the first person to see the shoe and have it offered as part of their line was Scottie Pippen, who was famous for many of reasons. Huge factor, he played with Michael Jordan on the Chicago Bulls back in the day. He didn't like it, thought it was an ugly shoe just like a lot of people did, and I really understand that because it's very out there of a design. He wanted nothing to do with it, but when Mike Bibby saw that, he said, that is my next signature shoe. Surprisingly, he was not the one to actually debut the shoe. It was Mike Bibby when he played for the Arizona State. When the shoe finally got to Penny Hardaway's foot, it was an all-blue colorway, and unfortunately it went against the NBA's color code of conduct that they used to have, and it didn't have enough black in it. So famously, he took a Sharpie and slid in between the lines to add some black to it, and that shoe was actually honored as its own shoe. Years and years later, they released the Nike Foamposite Sharpie. Cool little homage to the story of how the shoe finally made it to the NBA court. Now let me pull out the shoe itself. Here it is, the Nike Air Foamposite 1. There's the 1 and the Pro. I have both in my collection. I'm going to show y'all the 1 first. I understand this is not everybody's cup of tea for sure. This is a weird looking shoe with some spaceship alien vibes, especially in this specific colorway that I have it. This is a very popular shoe in the DMV, which stands for DC, Maryland, Virginia. This was everywhere when I was growing up. Foamposites they were just as popular as Air Jordan 1s or an Air Force 1 where I grew up. So this wasn't really an ugly shoe or a weird shoe when I saw it growing up. It was just another one of those shoes that people have. One of the reasons I really love it is this polyurethane material is really, really hard to crease. And more often than not, the material they use on the side is also, it's a plasticky. So wearing these in the rain, they're one of my go-to shoes when it comes to the rain. Also, between the pull tab in the back here and the one up front, it's an easy slide-on shoe. There are a lot of practical uses, features you could even say about the Foamposite. Also, just like I talked about in the Air Jordan 11 video, you know I'm a sucker for that carbon fiber. So even just that little addition down there, I love that. You can kind of see it through on the bottom. To mention Penny Hardaway as well, this is actually Penny Hardaway's logo. Penny 1 cent logo. I think that's just one of the coolest connections that anyone's done in branding. So yeah, there's that logo. The logo also appears on the tongue of the shoe. Yeah, I love these. I will tell you right now, I have 12 in my collection. You guys will be seeing them here coming. I'm not going to do foam posit, foam posit, foam posit. I got to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, this is the first one I want to show. Now, about this one specifically, this is the foam posit abalone. I kind of like to call it the car wash. The abalone is a crustacean, I believe a seashell of sorts that lives in the ocean. If you get a little bit closer, try and get a little bit, yeah, you can see kind of that shiny shell vibe, that oyster look. It reminds me so much of going through a car wash, guys. So these are just my car washes, honestly. So moving on to some other things about this, the texture of this abalone specifically is a little bit different than most of their foam posits. Like I said, I've got 12 in my collection. I'm gonna just keep spinning this for a little bit, keep showing it off because I love it. It's a little bit more almost rigid, kind of. I'm not sure exactly what they changed about the specific mold for this one, but it is different than the rest. Also, a black sole. I love a black sole. I'm one of those people that don't really like wearing dirty shoes. I like people to know I wear my shoes, but I don't want them to look too beat. So a black sole is always a real win for me. It's just, it stays looking clean. There's also a sample pair that I am David NYC, if you want to give him a shout or a little look on Instagram. He has a sample pair that actually has a neonish blue sole. It's absolutely beautiful. I told him if he ever wants to get rid of that, I'll sell my left arm to get that shoe. So we got the up close look, man. I'm trying to think, was there anything else to bring up? Little different detail that you guys will see when I start showing you guys the other foam posits. This little, where is it? This little check right here is usually stitched on. It's kind of glued on in a sense, just different. I'm not sure why they went with that change, but you know, something that makes it a little bit different. So again, the Air foam posit, definitely not everybody's cup of tea, but they're really special to me. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. Deal with it anyway.
I'm a poet and didn't even know I was rhyming those words.
Thanks for watching again. I got to give another huge shout out to @DomemanZach. This whole new setup, I look brighter. It's not because I'm pregnant. I sound better. It's not because I took some tea, you know, before shooting this. It's because he came through and built this incredible setup. So I can't thank him enough. The reason this video took so long to shoot is because of all of this work that we've been putting in behind the scenes to get you guys better quality videos, and this is a big start. Thank you very much for watching. Please give me a like, subscribe, and comment down below about something that you got in your wardrobe, whether it's a sneaker, whether it's a shirt that is ugly as hell, but you love it. I want to hear about it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, guys.